This is your WWF news of Thursday afternoon. In the other video I mentioned Piaggio is going to produce the electric Vespa. Do these so-called iPads on 2 wheels, 4 wheels have success? Are they reliable or not? Well, La Ferrari, a hybrid Ferrari. Well, it seems to have problems with its battery. It's costing the owners quite a bit of money to repair it. 160,000 euro to 360,000 euro. Obviously you buy a Ferrari because in the future, whatever model it is, it's an investment. Like the classical Ferraris, these are iPads with a badge of Ferrari on it. And I don't think people who are even rich, they won't even spend money regarding repairing these costly iPad things. And you buy a Ferrari for its engine. That's what Enzo Ferrari said once before, so many years ago when he was alive. And the Ferrari Elettrica is the model which they, I think in front of the press for the first time in public, they showed off the electric Ferrari. Well, it didn't perform that too good. The fact is, probably the members of the press wasn't that enthusiastic, nor even the Italian stock exchange, because Ferrari lost only 10 billion euros in that event. And that is a lot of money on a company which has created throughout the decades a reputation for quality and high engineering precision, basically. The list goes even more. Stellantis, many other brands of cars in Europe and the world, had invested billions and millions of euros in production EVs. They're costly. Only people buy them if there's government subsidies, or whether it's local government agency or a company fleet. They only buy these vehicles on a leasing contract. They don't actually purchase it. There are very, very little people who buy them as private citizens, unless there's government incentives, which obviously every time they do it, you have to pass through more hoops to qualify for these government subsidies, which is simply not worth the time or the bother to do so. Stellantis, only a few months ago, at the beginning of the year, they have lost 22 billion euros for investing in EVs, which no one wants to buy. The market does not ask for that. And despite all the problems these cars have and so on, they can be easily hacked. These batteries are subject to thermal run. If they're easily damaged, can be easily damaged. Road accidents, your insurance company will just write it off, and they just give you how much is it worth. And EVs tend to have a second-hand market which practically loses most of its value when sold. No one buys a second-hand EV because they know the batteries are dodgy. And I don't think people are going to spend money replacing a battery. If you're going to buy a second-hand car, when the money spent on the battery, buy yourself a decent second-hand car, probably, or brand new. And obviously their privacy and cyber attacks, it's vulnerable. Whoever knows how to use a computer and knows how to bypass these systems, very easy, can hack it. can block it, change its software system regarding the batteries, eliminate its what do we call it, protection against temperatures. Without that car will just explode and catch fire. And there's been a lot of accidents involving these vehicles which are going on the thermal run, and even buses as well. That not least was in Scotland the other week. One of the buses caught fire, which happens to be a Japanese Chinese brand. And obviously it can be limited, the range. You are obliged to purchase through subscription the features which are bought on these vehicles already, like on some high-end known brand cars of Europe, BMW, Mercedes. You have to pay a monthly subscription fee to have that particular service which you already bought. And also, during these so-called data updates, the software on your car, without your consent, gets modified. Therefore, it reduces the capacity of your battery from 100% to 80%. And you're spied upon, especially with Teslas or Chinese EVs. Cameras, microphones, the way you drive. And obviously, this data is sold to third party at your privacy. And obviously, it's always the range of these vehicles, which are subject to temperatures, whether it's cold or hot, and lack of infrastructure, public infrastructure to charge these vehicles. You can say, oh yes, it's got a supercharger and it can charge the certain percentage in half an hour. There's not many investments from privates subjects into this type of charging service stations, because it's a capital, and obviously the profits are not instant. You may go break even with the costs, or you just go under. It's just an economical or suicide investment.